Oh, okay. Sia, we're going to zoom. We're waiting for her to zoom. Oh, she's zooming in now. I don't think she'll have the camera on, though. Jackie is in Melbourne. I'm in Sydney. Sia is in LA. Hi, Sia.
Hello.
Oh, hi, dolls. Kyle and Jackie O. How are you?
I know, I'm so excited to talk to you guys.
We're excited to talk to you.
Oh, Jackie, can you believe it? Even on Zoom, Sia's got the camera not working. I love it. I love this thing that Sia does.
I would live my whole life like that, Sia, if I could.
Too.
I should have thought of that from the beginning.
Yes. Oh, there she is. Oh, my God. You put us on. Unbelievable. We'll have to pixelate that. That'll immediately be pixelated. It cannot be seen.
She's off, and she's off.
Hey. So much going on. We only had you on maybe a month ago. Very excited to chat to you. And we're talking about Together. That's out now. Everyone's loving it. We're playing it. It's amazing, like everything.
Of course.
But also, there's a few things I wanted to ask you. First, you said you hadn't had sex in 4 years. So one, has the cherry been popped? And two, what's happening with the movie?
Okay, so no on the virginity.
Oh, my God. I don't
Me
get
either.
it.
Don't worry. We're still going strong, Sia, with our dry
How
spell.
long has it been for you? How long has it been for you?
Now it's like 2 years. It's a little over 2 probably.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that like, wow? Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Whatever.
Hey,
you know.
Yeah, power to you. So let's get immediately to the movie. Very exciting. Where is it at? What's happening? When can we all watch it? Tell us everything we need to know.
Okay, all right. So I shot it 4 years ago. I started writing it 15 years ago.
Jesus.
But I shot it 4 years ago. We wrapped 4 years ago. And then I edited it for about 3.5 years. And now it's been about a year of strategy to just, find the right way to put it out. And finally, we sold it to IMAX. And I really was desperate for it to be on the big screen. Obviously, that's every filmmaker's big dream.
Yes, that's the big one. No one wants it to go straight to DVD. That's a no-go zone, right?
Exactly. And so, there was points in the editing, where I was like, I'll just give them all back the money and not put out the film. Because I really thought I can't put out anything less than exceptional. I'll never forgive myself and I'll get panned. And I had such high expectations for myself, and it was really scary, and it made me sick, actually.
Did it really? So, but 3 years to edit that you're really... Did they even take that long to paint the bloody roof of those Colosseums or whatever it was? It seems like an extraordinarily long time, but is this what you like? You're very finicky, and you want it... As you said, you've got one shot to do it. Yeah. You're right. You don't want to be like, she thought she could make a movie.
Yeah, I don't really feel like making another movie. I just really, really was compelled to make this movie. For some reason, it was meaningful to me and I needed to make it.
Yeah.
And I was not willing to put it out unless I could feel really proud of it. And if I could go out and do this and talk about it and say, I think you'll like it.
Excellent.
I can't be inauthentic. I would have just said it's not very good.
I'd do the same,
I love that about you.
It's really hard to support something that you don't believe is great, you know. It's hard to go out there and promote something that you know isn't right. So you're better off taking your time doing it. But that is a long time, 3.5 years. Is it just you personally editing it, or did you have other people helping?
I had 3 different editors I went through. Because it was a very difficult, it was a very difficult, because I shot it in a very unique way. It's very freehand. And so it was hard for the editors. It really was. And then there's these musicals that take place in the mind of the main character, title character, Music, who's played by Maddie Ziegler, who's on the autism spectrum.
Yeah.
And all of the musicals take place in her head. And then there was the difficulty of just finding the way from the narrative to the transitions into her imagination.
Oh, I see.
And it was just really fine tuning stuff, and I'm certainly not perfectionist, or maybe I am. I don't know.
Of course you're a perfectionist.
When it comes to, certainly not when it comes to songwriting. I'm in there at war with Katy Perry, going, "It's not rocket science, my God, please." I'm like, nobody cares. Let's write this song. Goodbye.
I was having a conversation the other day with a friend of mine, and he was telling me that with Spotify and Apple Music, and now the way music is released with downloads, he was saying that as an example, if your song is downloaded 150 million times, the amount of money you get in return for that is like $7,000. It's something ridiculous in terms of the artists are just being ripped off these days, and the only way they can now kind of do any or make an income is from touring. It's very hard. Does that fact sound accurate to you? Like, is it really that low?
I really don't know because I don't pay any attention to that side of my business. But I do know that publishing is the only growth industry in music. Oh. Touring, you can make money if you're one of the top 5% of like artists in the world, like Coldplay or, you know, Katy Perry or Taylor Swift, or, you know, you can make money touring. But most people lose money touring.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never made money touring.
Wow. I never knew.
I put on a spectacle and spend all my money on the spectacle.
Yeah,
well. What a spectacle it is. It's enjoyable to watch.
Do you enjoy touring? I mean, which is your favourite part? Is it the writing the music?
I hate it so much. No, yeah. I hate touring. I'm old. I want to stay home with my dogs.
Jackie, you got to remember, Sia's a grandma now, which sounds stupid.
No, you can't call her that though.
Hey,
just
it's legit. She's Granny. Hey, Granny. Good morning.
Have you decided on what you want to be? Whether you want to be Nana, Grandma, what's yeah? Have you picked one?
I decided I'd stop talking about it because I made a bit of a boo-boo because they're my new children. I've only had them for a year, and I'm such an open book. I forget that not everybody is.
Yeah.
And whilst I didn't get in trouble for like blabbing about his children, he didn't tell me off or anything. I just was peeing, which is where I have all my best thoughts. And I realized that was not my news to share with the world.
Right.
And I instantly realized I can't talk about my children's private life.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
That's not my news to share.
Yeah.
And I'm just learning because I'm just learning how to be a mom.
Well, they're adults too, right? So Jackie's got a child, a baby. It's only 9. So we can use and abuse the 9-year-old until she turns into an adult, and then it's her own life to discuss. Is that right?
I don't know, Jackie. What do you think?
I try not to say much about her. I can talk about me as a mum, but I don't really say things that she's done or did because she's
they're not
getting
that
to an
great.
age now.
Even the paintings and everything I see at Jackie's place, they're not like the world's greatest paintings.
There's always funny stories I could bring up, but I don't because she's about to turn 10. She goes to school. Kids listen to the show. I do have to be really mindful of what I say, and it's a constant balancing act of how much you give. Yeah, how much you owe. Yeah, like you say, you're an open book, I'm an open book, but then you gotta be really mindful of what you say about your kids, you know.
My job is to protect them, not to like blab about what's going on in their life.
I love how you take on, and you're a solid, you know what I mean? You're a solid person. I love that you've stuck with Maddie from the beginning right through to the end. You're a big part of her life. I love that you've got your own children. I love that you're protective of everybody. And I love that you've always just kept it real. And some of the best songs ever written have been written out of your brain. Do you understand that
it's channeling. I think it's not out of me. It's just like if I get out of the way, then something good comes through from the universe or whatever you want to call it.
So she won't even take credit for being one of the greatest songwriters in the world.
Still modest. I
love that. If I'd written one jingle for a bloody Colgate ad, I'd be telling everyone how great I was. We're very different, but I love you. Well, look, great to see you doing well. Get out of that bed and there's nowhere to go, is there? We're all stuck at home. We can't do anything.
I was boogieing earlier to a bit of reggaeton out in the, yard.
Oh, were you out there yard dancing? I love that. I thought I was the only one that did yard dancing.
No, I'm a yard dancer.
I'm going to have to do that when I move into my new place. I'm in an apartment, so that's no good.
Jackie, don't stop trying to impress Sia about your new place. She doesn't give a shit, right? No one cares about your new place.
I love you, Sia. Thanks for chatting to us.
Nice to chat.
Always good to talk to you.
There is Sia this morning here at the Kyle and Jackie Show, everyone.
Y'all been great.
Thank you so much. Kyle and Jackie O.